Hey everybody, it's Scotty from Scotty's Record Shop with my final video for the year 2015. As you followed my videos, you probably know, like a lot of other people, it's been quite an eventful year. And I could probably very easily end by saying how sucky the year was and how tragic it was and all this other stuff. But I really want to uh, try to leave it behind in a positive fashion. You know, it was not an easy year, but a lot of good things happened as well. And there were some people that caused some goodness in my life, and I want to thank you. Some of you, just simply by subscribing to my channel, believe it or not, caused goodness because I just was questioning whether or not I was even going to keep this going mid-year, just because of some of the stuff that had happened. And there were people that subscribed, kept subscribing, people that said, no, you got to keep this going. We enjoy your videos, whatever. So, you guys really, don't realize it, but that really boosted my spirits because there was not a lot of good at a certain point of this year that was happening. So you guys were one thing that was good. A lot of wonderful records this year that came my way. Some people gave some free records, and I'm immensely grateful for that. I'm grateful for the record store that I go to, and Bob at the Record Connection up in Waterville, Maine. There's a plug for you, my friend. Great, a little record store by standards, by a lot of you guys' standards, but an amazingly wonderful record store, and Bob is just a great guy. So I want to thank all of you for subscribing, for all of you for watching this year, and I'm going to end 2015 in the way that I started it. The first video I made was some Elvis albums that I found at the Record Connection at the very beginning of the year. I kind of made a joke with Bob. I was in there on the 8th of January, and I said, it's Elvis's birthday, and it's going to be 33 1/3% off, right, Bob? And he thought about it, and he said, sure, as far as the album records, the Elvis records were concerned. So I walked out of there with a pile of Elvis that I probably may or may not have purchased, which started my Elvis kick again this year. I've been trying to find a lot more Elvis, and I've got a few more that these have come over the last 3-4 months, but I specifically kept them aside because I knew I wanted to do this. So anyway, let's look at the few Elvis albums that I got, so we can close off this year right with the King. Burning Love. Now, I got this on Discogs, and I'm not unhappy about it by any stretch, but I was under the impression, and I don't know if it was ever an RCA pressing of it. I was under the impression this was an RCA pressing. This is a Pickwick pressing, though. But it's not a bad pressing. I know people go, oh, no, God, Pickwick. But this is not a bad pressing, and it's not a bad album. Okay? Burning Love. Elvis. By Elvis. And I think this is probably an original pressing. You've got your custom Elvis inner sleeve that we all know and love. And the answer is yes, it is an original pressing in great shape. Yeah, I don't, if you, I'm pretty sure that Burning Love did come with on a blue MCA label. I'd like to find that if that's the case. This is a late 70s pressing of this one. It was in really, really excellent shape, so grabbed it. It's a really good record. Elvis Today. This is an original pressing. I'm not going to pull it out, but from what, 74-ish or so? Yeah. Double Trouble. In decent shape. And I believe this is a mono pressing. This LP. Okay. This one is an interesting compilation. It's an excellent, excellent compilation of his movie stuff. And I don't know the origins behind this one. It almost feels like it is an import. And I mean, feels like, meaning that it's the sleeve itself is or the jacket itself is kind of a thinner laminated, kind of European kind of feeling. I guess it sounds silly, but this is the, I love that blue RCA label. And again, it's a double album, and it's an excellent compilation of his movie stuff. This is an interesting record. I don't believe this is a bootleg, although it could be a bootleg. Some people have told me it's a bootleg. Some people said it wasn't a bootleg. This is from his television appearances. Comeback. This was night number 1. The 2 shows from night number 1. There's a lot of repetitive stuff on here, but it's really interesting. It's very raw. You know, they stop halfway through songs. It's really kind of just raw. But if you're just looking for the hits or whatever, this is not an album for you. But if you're a diehard Elvis fan, or even a moderately diehard like I am, it's a great compilation. Last one I'm going to show you. Well, when I heard this was coming out, I got a little aggravated. To be honest with you, the term that I used to somebody was grave robbing. You take existing tracks and you record new instrumental stuff with them, and you keep the vocal track. And I just think that that's grave robbing. Until I heard this, I was very, very, very impressed with this. If I Can Dream, double album. It's on the vinyl anyway, is released as a double album. It's a single disc, but they went ahead and made it like this pretty baby blue RCA thing. Nice thick vinyl. No issues with crappy sounding vinyl. Wonderful sounding. The London Philharmonic Orchestra. Like I said, I was kind of like very skeptical. I heard one song and I went, this is really, I heard Burning Love and I went, well, this is really different and kind of cool. And then I streamed it online and I went, I gotta have it. So there you go. The new Elvis album. Go out and get it today. Okay? All right. That concludes my Elvis video. Also concludes my videos for the year 2015. Since it's not quite Christmas yet, Merry Christmas. If you were Jewish, then Happy Hanukkah. That's already passed. Happy Kwanzaa. I don't know. Whatever you celebrate, happy or joyous or whatever you want. I hope the rest of the year for you is wonderful. Again, thank you for everybody who watches and subscribes. If you haven't yet subscribed, press that little button down there and please subscribe. Okay? And leave your comments. I don't always comment on your comments, but I usually do read them. And I do appreciate all the wonderful comments. Alrighty, until next time, until next year, everybody. Peace and love.